Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the Dynamic Show on Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Is it a desperate move? Is it a desperate ploy on the part of the WWE? Last week we saw The Rock make his surprise return to a thunderous ovation. Well, tonight, apparently, WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair is scheduled to appear on tonight's edition of Raw. Another Hall of Famer is expected tonight. The return of one Jake the Snake Roberts will be appearing on the show. This according to F4W Online. Now, what do I think about this? Well, you know, like I said, it's cool. Takes you back to, you know, your childhood, seeing Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts, and you know, it's a very legendary thing to see these two guys on Monday Night Raw at the same time. You know, these two superstars, these two combatants have had matches in the past. They've had some mic work between each other. And it's definitely good to see. It's a nostalgia act. And I understand where the WWE is going. The WWE paying tribute. The WWE going back to a time where it was awesome. It was cool. It was spectacular to be a wrestling fan. I mean, you have, quite frankly, the biggest ego of Ric Flair. And you have one of the greatest minds in Jake the Snake Roberts. And their strategy. The way that they handle themselves. The way that they can manipulate the audience. They're so good on the mic. Each superstar bringing something totally different to the table, but yet at the same time, two very different superstars, but two very different agendas at the same time. Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts are two of the all-time greats in the history of not only WWE but professional wrestling. These two guys' careers span years, generations. Your mother, your father, your brother. You bring up the name of Ric Flair or Jake the Snake Roberts, and you already know, well, I've seen that guy back on Superstars. I saw that guy back on Saturday Morning. I watched that guy in NWA and WCW, WWF. You know, they've had a profound impact on WWE, has Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts, and tonight they will be on Raw. I don't know what kind of stint. I don't know what the WWE will have them do. I don't know if there will be an in-ring segment. I don't know if they'll be backstage. I don't know if they're going to do just a slight, quick cameo appearance. Hell, maybe Ric Flair and Jake the Snake will be in the ring at the same time. Like I said, you know, I'm not going to come on here and talk about how it's going to take away from the younger guys because, quite frankly, the WWE ain't doing a whole hell of a lot to push the company. They're just doing a lot of things that are pushing it back. But they're going back in time tonight on Raw with Jake the Snake and Ric Flair. And like I said, I'm not going to come on here and complain about it, but it almost sounds like the WWE, they have to have these guys come back just to boost the morale in the company. It just screams desperation to me. And I mean, let's face it, in 2014, as much as I'm a fan of Jake the Snake Roberts and as much as I'm a fan of Ric Flair's work in the ring and what these two guys brought to the table in the past, who's really going to care about these two guys appearing? I mean, I'd love to see it. I mean, Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts, like I said, it goes without saying. They're two of the biggest names in the sport of professional wrestling. But in 2014, what sense does it make to put them on the show? Just like it was nice to see The Rock last week. It was awesome to see The Rock. It was a surprise. It was a shock. But in the long run, what's that going to do for Raw? What's that going to do for the company? Subscribe.